All right, viewers. Now, on that note, let's also get my guest, Dr. Sharad Kohli, joining me live on the broadcast on this. Dr. Sharad Kohli, thank you very much for being with us live on the broadcast. We see that there are big expectations as to what the rationalization of the GST 2.0 is going to entail. And when we speak of that, it is also expected that the consumer and the sectors that are going to be the most profitable out of this move by the Union Finance Ministry are the people who have been massively impacted by the inflation rates. This is going to also bring a big boost for the purchase of the consumable items as well. How do you look at it from a larger point of view? What are your expectations? And in the larger picture as well, the big question remains that how this is going to be beneficial for the class that the GST reforms target.
Good morning, Simran. Good morning to the viewers of NewsX. So we take the beneficiaries in three categories to make it easy for NewsX viewers. The first and the biggest beneficiaries, as you rightly said, is going to be consumers, because practically 90% of the items are going to become cheaper, because what is in 12 is going to move to 5, what is in 28 is going to move in 18. So that's going to be that consumers are going to be the first beneficiary. The second rung of beneficiary is going to be the registered dealers. There are about 1.5 crores, whereas GST is paid by the entire population of 145 crores. Even a newborn baby has to, be getting diapers and baby food and so on and so forth. But there are 1.5 crore approximately registered dealers. They are going to be benefited by transparency and by simplification of GST. As you rightly said, GSTR 3B and GSTR 1 may be merged. There may be easier compliance, easier assessment, appellate authorities, and so on and so forth. So that is the second rung of beneficiary. The third rung of beneficiary is going to be government itself. Now, this might come to you as a surprise because a lot of people are saying that the revenue is going to fall. But there is a Laffer theory in the West. He was a celebrated economist in the West long ago. He said, Arthur Laffer, he said, every time taxes are cut down, the collections go up. So initially, there might be some dip of 3 to 4% in GST collections. But eventually, because of the boost of consumption, the tax collection will also increase. And some of the opposition states, about 8 or 9 states, are cripping about that we want compensation. This is going to reduce our revenue. We are already under debt, and so on and so forth. I must tell them that all the GST collections out, and not many people know this, about 70% of entire GST collection, this includes the SGST and the CGST and the IGST, everything, it goes to the states. This is to be kept in mind. So they are going to be the beneficiaries ultimately as the GST collections pick up. You rightly said, the slabs. And by the way, for NewsX viewers, I must tell that there are 2 more slabs, rather 3 more slabs which people are not aware. They are lesser known slabs. There is a 0% slab. And now you'll be surprised. It's not nil. It's 0% by itself is a slab. There is a 1.5% slab which applies to diamonds. There is a 3% slab which applies to gold. So these slabs are not very common, as I said, because they are very specific to the items. But theoretically speaking, the slabs are that many. You are right. The common slabs are 5, 12, 18, 28, and they're going to become 2. So it's going to be simpler because there are a lot of disputes, Simran, as of now, in the various at the various levels in GST authorities about categorization. There's something called an HSN. That is how you categorize an item. How is an item defined under the GST laws? So this will ease out. For example, flavored milk is different. A simple lassi is different from flavored lassi. So there are these anomalies in the law. I think they will all get clarified, and this will look a much simpler, leaner law, rightly called as GST 2.0. I remember Congress calling it as Gabbar Singh tax, and Prime Minister called it as good and simple tax. I think there'll be no room for them now to remember Gabbar Singh again, because this is actually going to be good and simple tax, Simran, here onwards.